I know there's a lot of people out there that wonder if Black Desert Online is pay to win, or at least if it's still pay to win. And honestly, in my opinion, I don't feel like it is anymore. So let's just look through the Pearl shop and just kind of see things and see what's in here. So far, I haven't spent a dime on this game. Literally, I didn't spend any money because I got the game for free on Steam when they were doing their giveaway. I got it during that time. I started playing. Been playing for a month and a half. Still haven't seen a reason to buy anything on here. So let's look through it. Like Black Spirit picks. Let's see. These are the things that are probably the most popular, and a lot of people end up buying a lot of these things. Like, see, character slot expansions. You got the campsite, which a lot of people like to talk about a lot. Also, like the Secret Book of Moon and its Blessing of Kazmavalia, whatever. They got all these buffs and stuff like that. This is basically like the subscription thing, I guess you would say. But there's like 3 different subscription things. Personally, I don't feel like it's ever worth it to buy these things, mainly because you get them for free, like periodically anyway, during daily logins and stuff like that. Like literally, I have like 5 of these things that are 7-day in my inventory in Velia. Like, and then I have like characters that have it just in their Pearl inventory, and I'm like, feel like I'm never gonna use them. So it's pretty nice that, you know, the game is actually pretty generous and gives you a lot of these things. Same with these. And then the book is the only thing that I haven't got in a while, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get one eventually, and then I can go ahead and pop it, and there we go. Back to business. I've tried playing without each of these to see if, you know, it felt pay to win, because, you know, I wasn't getting the advantage of, you know, the extra energy or the extra inventory weight or inventory slots and stuff. And honestly, I didn't miss it. You know, even after I lost that stuff, the only thing that I do miss is because I'm a horse trainer and I love just catching horses and, you know, doing all that. I'm missing on 1 stable slot because of not having this old moon book. That's the only thing that's kind of hurting me right now. But honestly, you can kind of avoid that by just simply, you know, just going to main cities, like over here in this Devon Croon place. You got over here like the horse ranch. If you bump that shit up to max, you're good. Like, you don't have to worry about that. I mean, all you need is contribution points. But yeah, at least I think it's usually like 2. Sometimes they'll make you connect nodes with multiple, which costs a lot more contribution points. But in this case, I guess it got lucky and only did 1. So that was good. So I upgraded it to full, and bam, you know. So now I got plenty of space in this thing now. Let's look at some more stuff. So the campsite is a big talk. A lot of people like to say, "Oh, campsite is really important. Blah blah blah. You should get the campsite." Honestly, I think you're better off finishing the main quest line until you get to Altanova. Once you get to that point, it's usually, I think there's a quest where you have to kill the witch or whatever. After you kill the witch, you can go ahead and then you can do this quest in your suggested tab. It's through the Black Spirit. I don't remember what the name was, but it's one for getting your own campsite. Basically, the Black Spirit starts saying, "Oh, you know, I'm tired of sleeping outside. We need to get like some shelter." So when you do that quest line, you'll end up getting your own campsite, which is this here. So you get a free one. You do need to buy the storage, which is, I think, like, I don't know, 7 million or some shit like that, to get new storages every 7 days, and you can put them in there. The repair kit, like, so you can repair on site, costs you have to craft it, which is a little pain in the ass. The materials are not that easy to get. But the biggest problem that I saw with the campsite is that the price of repairing was like quadruple the amount of just going to a town and just repairing. Like, for example, I was grinding out in this area. I was grinding in this necropolis place. I decided to whip out the camp, and I wanted to repair my gear. It was like almost broken, and it was going to cost me 1.8 million to repair my gear. And I was like, oh, hell no. So I went to the closest town, which is this one right here. Like, literally, just get off your lazy ass and run over here. And it literally cost me only 100,000. So I was like, after that, I was like, hell no, I'm not using this stupid campsite anymore. And then also the biggest thing that sucks about the campsite is that you'll put your stuff in it, and let's say you retract it and pull it back to yourself. I thought that maybe I can log on and out, pull it out, and then be able to share my things, but it doesn't work like that, because the moment I switched to the other character, it said so and so, your main character has junk in the campsite, can't pull it out. And I'm like, so what the hell's the point of the campsite, you know? So I think the only sense of having the campsite is if you have like tagged characters and you pull out the campsite, leave it on the ground, you switch to the tag character, then you can access it. Like, that's the only thing I can think of. I haven't tried it myself, but other than that, like, you're never gonna get access to your alts, and that was the main reason why I wanted the campsite. So yeah, I just think the campsite is bullshit. Like, it's not even worth getting, honestly. Don't even care. There's also the other thing that the campsite does, which you can buy from the shop, and then they have like these buffs that last for like a few hours or a day or whatever it is, that give you like plus energy and stuff like that. Personally, I don't really care. I mean, I guess if you didn't have this buff, the Cosma Valian blessing thing that gives you the 2 energy per 3 minutes, then maybe it would be worth it to get that. But honestly, I could care less about that stuff, you know? Like, I'm not the type that's all about optimizing and getting the best of the best for every second, you know? So it's ultimately up to you on your feelings about that. Personally, I don't care. So I'm totally tossing out the campsite. I don't think it's worth it, honestly. Not at all. Especially for $50. Hell no. That's like super rip-off. Also, looking at other things, weight limit increase, and also inventory slots. The thing with inventory slots, you get a bunch of those while you're playing the game. Like, literally, you do the main quest line, and then your Black Spirit will give you a bunch of inventory space things. Sometimes periodically during your dailies, like when you log in, it'll give you one of these so you can put it on your character. Of course, this is only, when you buy this, it's only for one character. It says it right there. So you gotta be careful with that. And that could trick a lot of people. So you'll buy it and then you'll go, oh shit, but I'm not playing this character anymore. Now I'm playing a new character, and then then he's shit out of luck with space, and you gotta buy more of this stuff. So I think this is totally not worth it. Like, never buy this. I would never buy this. Super waste of money. Also, same thing with the weight and inventory limit. Waste of money, because it's the same process. It's 1 per character. Why even bother? Like, before, back, you know, 4 years ago, the weight limit was a big deal, and it was super pay to win, because silver used to weigh you down. So like, you'll be over encumbered in like 2.5 seconds. So it was terrible. So the only thing you could do was strength train. And honestly, ever since I started playing this game a month ago, you know, a little bit over a month ago, I didn't do any strength training at all. None. Like, literally, I put on a trade pack just to see what trading was like. And then that was it. That was the last time I ever walked with a trade pack. After that, I bought a wagon, and that was it. Like, I've been wagging ever since. So like, it's really not worth getting the weight limit either, because the biggest things with the weight limit that at least workarounds that I use is I'll have my horse, and I'll put all my junk on my horse. So let's say when you're grinding out there, you get thousands of the little, you know, junk loot. You can take all that stuff, throw it on the horse, and then just keep grinding. And then by the time you get full again, you go back to your horse, you take the stuff off your horse, you get super over encumbered, you take the stuff, throw it back on the horse. It's almost like a glitch or something. Like, it almost bugs it out. So like, you can basically put unlimited weight on the horse by doing that. So that's a way of just keep grinding. Also, while you're just playing, you start getting a bunch of these butlers and maids that you can send out. So worst case scenario, you can go to the storage thing, throw all your junk in here, just send all your maids and butlers to take all your junk, and then once you're done grinding, you could either have them ship it. Let's say, like, if I was to send it, it will go to this city. This is the nearest city. I can go to transport, and then I can just send it over to Velia or something, you know, just send all the junk over. That's it. Like, there you go, problem solved. You know, that's how I've been getting around that whole system. So whenever I get over encumbered, There's a way around it. Same thing with inventory space. There's always a way around it. I got a lot of junk in here. You see all this garbage. I'm gonna land up like consolidating a lot of this and throwing it in my bank. But all the stuff that are usually pretty frequent, things like blackstone weapons, armors, memory fragments. You know, I'm grinding for these right now. This shit needs to get out of my inventory. I just haven't found the guy. And then you know, just the random things. I usually take all of it, and I'll take most of the stacks and put it in Velia, or I'll put it in the storage in this town and then ship it to Velia. That way I can kind of lose a little bit of weight. So I'll ship out 10 of them so I can have at least one on me. That way it stays in that slot, so I don't like have to like reposition it, you know, because I tend to be like pretty organized with my loot. Like I like to have it in a certain spot. So it's good to have at least one in the inventory. That way it just falls in there, you know? So that's usually what I do to keep organized. And I try to just like, these foods, I just pop them for no reason. Just because, you know, see, it gives you your health up boost by eating. Look how excited he's gonna get. Yeah, loves that food. So yeah, like I'll just pop the foods just to get it out of my inventory, and that's it. Like that's usually what I do. As far as everything else in the Pearl shop, honestly, there is no more pay to win in here, man. Not at all. Like the only thing that I almost landed up buying, which I probably will eventually, is more character slots. That's the only thing that's kind of lacking, especially if you want to play like a million different alts. I only have 5 by default when I got this for free. Maybe when, you know, the older versions of the game had more character slots. I don't remember. I couldn't recover my old account. So when I started up this new account, I only had 5. So I just got my first character slot through the loyalty system. So that's another thing. So you can wait probably about, because you usually get like 200 per day. Usually like every month and a half ish, maybe even sooner, depending on if they're giving extra loyalties, you know, periodically. You can get the character slots in here, which I don't know why I can't find it. Oh, it's down here. That's why, because I already bought one. But you see 10,000 loyalties. So about every month and a half, you can get a new character slot, you know, because this refreshes every month. You know, if you're patient, you can get it for free, you know, so there's that too. So like, honestly, it's gotten to the point like this game is so not pay to win that I'm almost wanting to buy some costumes, because just to kind of show some love to Pearl Abyss, because, you know, they really fixed this game. It's not pay to win anymore. At least not in my opinion. Like usually, you know, I'm very critical about these things, especially in free-to-play games. Like I tend to be like extremely critical. But this is the first time I could say safely that this game is not pay to win. Like it's because even these things you can buy on the auction house if you really wanted to. Like let's see this costume right there. How do you spell that? Karki. Let's look it up on the auction house. Maybe it's not in here. It could be like some of them are cash shop only. But you see there's a bunch of skins in here. You got the full set of this one. So you can put a pre-order in. You know, there's a lot of people pre-ordering right now. So the chances of you getting it anytime soon is probably going to be, you know, pretty rare. But if you can catch it right before it gets popular, like you put the pre-order in and then you just set it there, you could end up getting a skin because somebody, you know, could want to buy it off the auction house to make some quick cash in the game. So to flip it or whatever, so they could pay to win, you know. So they're trying to do that, and you could win in the end because you're getting a brand new costume, and it's not easy. It's not hard to get 335 million. It really isn't. It's like, especially when you start getting deep into the game, when you got like your empire going, you got farms, you know, you're grinding, you're doing a lot of different things, you'll get that money in no time. Like you'll get that in a day, you know. So it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice that you can just go ahead and do those things. So yeah, ultimately, is this game pay to win? No, not at all. Not at all. Not anymore. Once you start getting lazy, that's when you start spending money, because everything on this cash shop is all convenience at this point. And honestly, when it comes to, you know, the competitiveness of the PvP and all that shit, like, PvP is just pretty much non-existent unless you're looking for it. Like on the normal servers, I've been playing for a month and a half. I only got attacked once while grinding, and they jumped the fuck out of me because like it was literally they grabbed me, they threw me on the ground, I died in 2 seconds. So like I didn't even get a chance to get up, you know. So like when it comes to situations like that, it was just like you're helpless, you know, at that point. So no matter what kind of gear you got, I mean, I guess if I had like the best top of the line gear, maybe I could have been able to handle that, but still, most of the time, like you could totally just play this game without ever having to experience any PvP like that. Also, it makes it real easy to just switch servers if you landed up getting like, you know, if you're getting griefed or something and somebody's like, you know, really being a pain in the ass, you can switch servers and then just avoid all of it. So yeah, this game is definitely free to play if you want it to be. It's all up to you. It's all in your head. If you start looking at that cash shop and you start thinking, oof, I need to buy that thing, I think you need to think twice.